Go live. Hello. All right, what's good, y'all? Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? What's going on, everybody? We're live, folks. Been like a day, I think. I wasn't on like yesterday, I believe. When's the last time I was on? Was I on Sunday? Was I on Sunday? I'm trying to remember if I was on here Sunday. Have no idea. Yeah. 18 hours ago. Oh, I haven't refreshed YouTube. That's why. I was about to say I was not live 18 hours ago. Yeah, I didn't get on here. I didn't get on here yesterday. It's crazy how you lose track of time. What's going on, everybody? We got Mechadonna. We got Happy Natural Hair. Got Chocolate Thunder. We got Bobble out here. Anybody on YouTube? Nobody on YouTube yet. We have a special guest. She's laying down right now. My cat is in here. She's just chilling with me. If she decides to not chill no more, I'll let y'all see her. But yeah, we're chilling. Just came home from jiu-jitsu, big sore. I'm a bit sore right now. Why are you not showing up as a YouTube viewer? I am pretty sore. You know, we're gonna talk about some spirituality today. Kind of switch things up. Knowing that I just came in from jiu-jitsu. But you know what we do here. We get into the content first. We get into the content of the day first. Watch the videos I uploaded. All right, let's see. Let me present. Golly, my shoulder's sore. I'm gonna have to get in. Oh yeah, you see this tweet? I'm gonna get into this first tweet after when I segue into spirituality. Shout out to the Darker Truth podcast. Why? Who is calling me? Oh my gosh! I told her at 10 o'clock. Thank goodness that I muted myself. I thought I muted myself for a second. Yeah, got a phone call. What was I about to say? Shout out to Enchanted Empress Enchanted. If Pan-Africanism is dead, then what's next? That was an insightful space. All right, let's get into the videos before I get into the food for thought.
It was people like Nat Turner that was doing that.
Jesus Christ!
I do have to stop you right there. Did you know someone?
Damn, why did she came in 100 miles per second? Jeez, why is she talking so fast? That came in pretty loud on my end.
I do have to stop you right there. Did you know some white people, they wanted to stop importing slaves because they were so damn scared? And this is before Nat Turner even came before. It was people like Nat Turner that was doing way more worse things to their slave owners. So where people were sleeping with one eye open, they tried to make you whistle while you work. You know that Whistle While You Twerk song by the Yin Gang Twins? It's a sample from a lady telling you whistle while you work so you wouldn't spit in their food. Spit is the last thing that people was worried about. They was worried about actually losing limbs, lives behind these. And then the government had told them, well, basically, they're making too much money. Like, I mean, you're going to have to just accept the fact that you might die owning these slaves. Yeah, so that's not true. And on top of that, that little bell that they keep on us to where you can't speak or nothing or whistle or anything like that, they used to make them niggas drop dead. Well, them white people drop dead by just spirituality, like whatever words or spells they were saying, or just any like a little tone, make them turn against each other, or just make them instantly drop dead. That's why they put that on us. When I learned that in school, they told
God damn, she is God, she'd had an hour-long presentation in a minute. God
They
damn.
put that on us because we were spitting at them. Girl, last thing y'all was worried about is spit. Y'all worried about losing life and limb. So yes, we were fighting back, but they don't put that in history. They definitely didn't put that in school. They don't tell you that we were mass resistant. They want to keep you so scared. And I need to make another video.
My goodness, yeah. I was about to God, like she said at least 20 words per second. Like that is crazy. She is speaking very fast, and I think I speak fast as hell sometimes. But golly, she spoke really fast. Good thing I have a mind that goes 100 miles per second, just like her mouth does. Her words does. Like, how did she even get that out? I was able to keep up. I don't know if y'all were. I don't know if y'all were able to keep up with that, but I was. All right, the invention of the DAP.
I don't have to know his name. This is the greeting. This is the greeting of the brother, of my brother. I'm glad to see him. I don't have to know his name. Just the fact that he's black is good enough for me.
The dap was the unofficial greeting of one blood to another, an occasion of endless handshakes and grips, a 2-minute way of saying, "You are my brother and I will die for you, and meanwhile, blood, I'll see you back in the world."
This is the greeting. This is the greeting of the brother, of my brother. I'm glad to see.
That was some wholesome content right here. I've been going pretty viral. We got George Carlin.
And in fact, some light-skinned brown. And black people are rarely black. I see mostly various shades of brown and tan. And in fact, some light-skinned black people are lighter than the darkest white people. Look how dark the people in India are. They're dark brown, but they're considered white. May I see the color chart, please? People of color is an awkward phrase that obscures meaning rather than enhancing it. What shall we call fat people? People of size? I also don't say African Americans. I find it cumbersome and confusing. Which part of Africa are we talking about? Egypt? Egypt is in Africa, but Egyptians aren't black. They're like the people in India. They're dark brown white people, but they're Africans. So why wouldn't an Egyptian citizen who becomes an Egyptian who becomes a U.S. citizen be called an African American? The same would apply to South Africa. Suppose a white racist from South Africa becomes an American citizen. Couldn't he call himself an African American? If for no other reason than just to bother black people. And
Lake Lanier. That shit not a lake. Underwritten.
All right, that's pretty funny, pretty humorous, but accurate. If a white person from South Africa comes from South Africa, are they not an African American? Is Elon Musk not an African American? There actually was an Egyptian man that actually fought against being classified as white as an Egyptian. He fought to be classified as black because he's, let me see if I can find this video. Egyptian man fights to be called black. Yeah. We got Mustafa Henry has been fighting for decades to be classified to be reclassified as black by the U.S. government, arguing that his classification as white denies his black identity and heritage. This is in the 1980s. Let me see if we can find a video. Oh, it's something that's not 8 minutes long. Oh, that's why. That's because somebody's talking, dude. Like, why? Yeah, he lives in Detroit. He's been fighting since the 1980s. Was he awarded? Racial profiling. Is there any video for it? No? So I guess not. Guess we are not. But yeah, just know it. Yeah, you can just know that he fought for that. All right, cool. Now on to something different. On to something different. Shout out to the Cherokee. A lot of people were mad about this. A lot of shout out to the Cherokee descendants. Well, you're using AI. Like, I can't tell that it's fucking AI, dude. Shout out to Dane Calloway. Shout out to Dane Calloway. This is a funny meme. I'm trying to get to the videos before we get into like the funny stuff. The Constitution was not written for the
birthright. All of you black people on here talking about the 14th Amendment is what gave us the right to be here by birthright. Shut up. You don't know what the hell you talking about. Now, let's talk about it. The Constitution wasn't written for us. The Constitution was written for the corporation. We have treaties that signed long before there was ever a Constitution. And that's what they broke. The treaties, people. Okay? The Constitution was written for their citizens. All right? If you are an Aboriginal, copper-colored American, the Constitution wasn't written for you. You don't have birthright. You have blood right to this land.
Ooh.
They have birthright and was giving themselves birthright due to our treaties that were signed. We allowed them to be here. Now they've broken the treaties, not the Constitution. Fuck the Constitution. That was written for the citizens. You become a citizen once you become a part of their corporation. So when you say the 14th Amendment is being done away with, it ends birthright citizenship. For who?
Right. Okay.
For who? Huh? You ever ask yourself why they consider us African American? They just put the African part there to throw you off. You ever wonder why they don't call them Polish Americans, Irish Americans, European Americans? Because they are not American. They've gone and changed the definitions of this stuff, people. The definition of an American, a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper-colored races found here by the Europeans, but is now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. Pay attention. The definition of an American were the copper-colored Aboriginals. The ones that were here that Christopher Columbus said he ran into when he got here. What do y'all think? So anytime y'all out here spreading this fear mongering, the 14th Amendment gets rid of black people having the right to be here, lies. The 14th Amendment gets rid of them having birth.
You asked me what his ad was. What is this ad? I can't even see that. Let me go on Twitter. Duh. Damn, I'm gonna have to get it to you. I'm gonna get it to you. I'm gonna find it out and send it to you.
Right, being able to be here. Let that shit sink in for a second.
Let that shit sink in. Let that shit stink in. I said stink in. Let that shit sink in for a second. Yeah. And then how New Orleans locals feel about y'all opinion.
Gambling, or is New Orleans the worst large city in America?
I don't think so.
If you are not gambling or walking around getting drunk, what else is there to do?
Plenty, bitch.
There's high crime.
Yeah,
the city smells like piss everywhere you turn.
Your mom smell like piss, bitch.
Have so many potholes in them.
Yeah, we got.
Even the politicians are corrupt.
Yeah, they a little corrupt.
To me,
so
New Orleans is just a gimmicky city.
Bitch, fuck you, bitch.
No
You a
real
gimmick,
substance.
bitch.
I will say though, the food is really good here.
I know it is.
Crawfish, gumbo, and overall seafood is phenomenal.
I know it is.
And the people here are nice. They'll sit down and have
We
a
ain't that
conversation.
fucking nice.
And the accent, I didn't mind it.
Don't give a fuck
If
what you
you're gonna
mind.
visit New Orleans, I would say visit during a huge festival, such as Mardi Gras or
That's all the
Fest.
fuck y'all know.
Please do not venture off into any ward, first ward, second ward, whatever.
Ain't no,
ward,
what the fuck is a second ward?
you might end up getting. Is New Orleans the worst large?
Hey yo, what's up? Yes. Hello. What are you doing, ma'am? You want to say hi to the camera? You want to say hi to the people on live? Here. Say hi, Isis. You see her? Yep. You can go back now. All right. That's funny. All right, where are we going now? Redefining ourselves. There we go.
Negro, Black, Afro-American.
Aboriginal American Indians.
Colored, Negro, Black, Afro-American. We have to define ourselves as a group. We have to hyphenize ourselves. The African-American one is just horrible. We're inconsistent with it. For example, if somebody comes from Morocco or from Libya, we don't call them an African-American. We're only talking about people from sub-Saharan Africa. Okay, fine. Charlize Theron is South African. No, because she's white, but she's from Africa. Yeah, but her ancestors are not from there. 3, 4, 5 generations of them are. No, African American. That's a term that we use for individuals of African descent who survived slavery. Okay, then Obama was not our first African American president because his father was a Kenyan and they were not a product of slavery. It just breaks down. It just doesn't work. I don't want to be hyphenated. I don't want to be hyphenated. I don't need to be hyphenated.
Aboriginal American Indians.
Colored, Negro, Black, Afro.
That's a thought-provoking video. That's a thought-provoking video. Is that all we have for the content? Yeah, I posted some pictures yesterday. You got the Sisters of Black Wall Street in 1906. Here you go. Patterson Greenfield Automobile, Charles Patterson, Cigar Indian, got Cigar Indian bust. Started going viral. Yeah, when I started using the pictures. All right, cool. We're gonna upload that first picture. All right. We're gonna do a bit scrolling. Okay, so where did I start posting pictures? All right, cool. So we got a G.W. Gurley. Christian history is hidden and suppresses. Center to academia. Hope this helps. Yeah, G.W. Gurley. O.W. Gurley, my bad. The man who brought 40 acres of land and created Black Wall Street. This picture that went viral. This, is a screenshot from the article Dane Calloway made titled 98% of African Americans are in fact Native Indians and are owed millions. Whether you believe is 98%, whether you believe it's, I don't know. I don't know the exact numbers. 98% is very I forgot to tell people on live. Jeez. Let me share the live out. Let's see. Forgot to do that. Send it to everybody. Boom. I'm in a bunch of group chats, dude. I'm in a bunch of group chats. Oh well. Let me copy the link too. Copy. Let people know I'm live on Discord too. Oh, there we go. All right, fool. Let me see. All right, now where was I at? Yeah, this blew up unexpectedly. I didn't expect this to blow up. You never know what's going to blow up on Twitter, right? 98%. So yeah, this is let me see if we can find the article. Let me see if we can actually find out. What does it say? All right, there we go. The Oklahoma Eagle. Let's see if we can read. Let's read the whole thing. 98% of African Americans are in fact Native Indians and are old. This is back in 2019. Old millions. Tens of millions of Black Americans, or rather Indians, who disappeared after 1492 did not die. All died in the Holocaust inflicted within America. Hundreds of thousands were shipped to Europe and Africa as Indian slaves. The whole slave trade was given to all of us in reverse. A mass colony of Africans were not shipped to Africa and America. The truth is that Black Indians were shipped from America to Europe, and they were then shipped to Spain, from Spain to Africa as a commodity for African resources. These Black Indians are now mistaken as African Americans, were shipped back to America and classified as African slaves. This part of our history is what the school system fails to mention in a history program. Every European nation that colonized North America utilized Indian slaves for construction, plantations, and mining on the North American continent, but more frequently in their outposts in the Caribbean and metropolis of Europe. All historians that note that nowhere is there. Hold on, my bad. All historians note that nowhere is there more authentic documentation than in South Carolina, also known as the original English colony of Carolina, established in 1670. It is established that between 1615 and 1730, at least 50,000 Indians, and more likely due to transactions hidden to avoid paying government tariffs and tax, were exported to the English alone to their Caribbean outposts. In 1670 and between 1670 and 1715, far more Indians were exported than Africans were imported. In the southern coastal regions, entire tribes were exterminated through slavery and compared to disease of war. In a law in 1704, Indian slaves were conscripted to fight in wars for the colony long before the American Revolution. Brief Indian slavery complexity. Indians found themselves caught in between colonial strategies for power and economic control. The fur trade in the Northeast, the English plantation system in the South, and the Spanish mission system in Florida collided with major destructions to the Indian communities. Indians displaced from the fur trade in the North migrated south, where plantation owners armed them to hunt for slaves living in the Spanish mission communities. The French, the English, and Spanish often capitalized on the slave trade in other ways. For example, they garnered diplomatic favor when they negotiated the freedom of slaves in exchange for peace, friendship, and military alliance. In another instance of Indian and colonial complicity in the slave trade, the British had established ties with the Chickasaw, who were surrounded by enemies on all sides in Georgia. They conducted essential slave raids in the lower Mississippi, where the French had a foothold. When they sold to the English as a way to reduce the Indian populations and keep the French from arming them first, ironically, the English also saw it as a most effective way to civilize them compared to the efforts of French missionaries. The extent of the Indian slave trade. The Indian slave trade covered an area from as far west and as south as New Mexico, then Spanish territory. Northward to the Great Lakes, historians believe that all tribes in the vast swath of land were caught up in the slave trade in one way or another, either as captives or as traders. Slavery was part of a larger strategy to depopulate the land to make way for European settlers. In early 1636, after the Pequot War, in which 300 Pequots were massacred. Those who remained were sold into slavery and sent to Bermuda. Major slave imports include Boston, Salem, Mobile, and New Orleans. From these ports, Indians were shipped to Barbados by the English, Martinique and Guadeloupe by the French, and the Antilles by the Dutch. Indian slaves were also sent to the Bahamas as the breaking grounds, where they might have been transported back to New York or Antigua. The historical record indicates a perception that Indians did not make good slaves. Not make good slaves when they were shipped far from their home territories. They easily escaped and were given refuge by other Indians, if not in their own communities. They died in high numbers on these transatlantic journeys and succumbed easily to European diseases. By 1676, Barbados banned Indian slavery, citing too bloody and dangerous an inclination to remain here. What's up, T1 Production? Peace. Obscured identities of Native Indians. As the Indian slave trade gave way to the African slave trade by the late 1700s, by then over 300 years old, Native American women began to intermarry with imported Africans, producing mixed offsprings whose native identity became obscured through time in colonial project to eliminate landscapes of Indians. These mixed race people simply became known as colored people through the bureaucratic erasure in public records. In some cases, such as Virginia, even when people were designated as Indians on birth or death records or other public records, their records were changed to reflect colored. Census taker determined a person's race by their looks, often recorded mixed race people as simply black, not Indian. The turban. Okay, we got the turban. Tucci, a Cherokee war chief. The turban was a style of head covering favored by many tribes, southeastern Indian tribes who were located in the states of Florida, Texas, Louisiana, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. All right, the result is that today the population of the Native American heritage and identity, particularly in the Northeast, who are not recognized by society at large, sharing similar circumstances with the freedmen of the Cherokee and the other 5 civilized tribes as documented on the Dawes Rolls by the United States Dawes Rolls Administration. Native American Indians have been awarded nearly $1 billion in historical settlement in early September 2015. 45 Native tribes won settlements against the United States Department of Justice, totaling in the amount of $940 million. The United States government was very fearful that Native Indians, known as colored, Negro, black, or blank, meaning no race mentioned on their birth records, will discover their true history and bloodline heritage, and that they'll be forced to grant them all reparations and land. So the U.S. silently declared a deadline of December 31st to 2014 for those people to make their claims and identity, their land claims and identity claims. Even though the deadline has passed, there are thousands of Native Indians still winning settlements through the U.S. Supreme Court, and most commonly through the United Nations Court. So don't give up. Do not give up your fight, because there's a will, there's a way. I'm just here to make you think. Find your tribe and get your money. Okay. Start your journey of finding your family tribes, but you need help. You don't know where to look, what to have to, or what to do next. Don't worry any further. I have done all these subs research myself, and front to back with no help. So I'll make things a bit easier for you to manage. Click here to learn more. Page not found. Okay, so it goes back to his website. Okay, so that's what the article says. Yeah, folks are owed millions. They took land. People have been disenfranchised. They traded. Yes, they've traded Indians all over the world. That's a fact. The different parts from here to different parts of the U.S. Virginia shipped a lot of people to Louisiana. Maryland shipped a lot of people to states like Louisiana. People was getting sent to New York. All many different types of states in the U.S. That is a fact. Like, we know the major cities. You got Baltimore, Richmond, New Orleans, Mobile, Savannah, Charleston. These are major ports, sending people from different parts of the U.S. and people were sent to Africa. I looked at it. If you're on one of my lives, I showed it on slave voyages. People were sent from America to Africa. This is how people from Cape Verde have northeastern Algonquin lineage. So there's that. You have that. Dang, I forgot to somebody call I gotta make a thumbnail for this video. What do I don't know. image of a cosmic. I forgot to do a lot of things. All right, cool. Now, let me see. What else was I about to say? But yeah, people sent from the Americas to the Europe, Spain, England. Like, it's been on slave voyages. I already showed it on a previous live. So I'm not going to show it again. Not right now. I don't really feel like it. So after reading this, but you know, only posted the headline on Twitter. I know there's people that don't like Dan Calloway for whatever reason. That's their reasons. You ain't got to like everybody. Right? But what did he lie about? He didn't lie about anything here. So folks shipped all over. What's up? What's up? What's up, Tawanga? What thumbnail should I use? Oh, these are good thumbnails. These are good thumbnails. All right, cool. Dane don't back down for sure. Yeah, I'll talk to Dane. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I'll talk to him a few times. But yeah, I posted the headline to this article, and yeah, that went viral. Now it's you guys blah blah blah. Oh yeah, if you're on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're on Twitter, like and retweet. Y'all know the rules. Somebody got copyright again? Hello? Damn, this shit blocked and oh my gosh, bro. What can I do? Like, what literally can I do? Some videos are just gonna get blocked, right? That is crazy. I don't know. We got a nice so we're talking about spirituality. He got that DCA. Yeah, I know how y'all are. Trust me. I know how y'all are. Damn, I got 500. I gained what, like 9 subscribers just recently. That's cool. I got 533 subscribers now. What's going on? So yeah, that's what happened with that. If you didn't know, O.W. Gurley is from Huntsville, Alabama. Redemption through sin. There's some this actually was a nice build. I was in this space. It actually was a nice build. When is an Indian not an Indian? It's when he's a Negro. We got that. That's actually from a book up top. I forgot the book's name. We got Tobacco Pedestal, circa 1900. Many of us are of mostly indigenous ancestry, and to discredit that is not sincere. How is being measured? How is being Indian measured when many of the people who folks categorize are as in oof? Can I read today? Can I read? As indigenous or native are over 90% by European by blood. But a black person who is 75 to 90% indigenous is not indigenous. Shout out to Tasha C. Shout out to my cousin. We got Native American girls. A picture of Native American girls. Pibesha. I don't know how to pronounce it. Pibesha girls, 1902 in Oregon. Yeah, they all come in all shades of melanin. Oh my gosh, Twitter, man. Twitter is full of characters, dude. So obviously, black Eskimos in 1800 BC. Like, dude, obviously, you can tell this is fucking AI, dude. Like, you can tell it's AI from the picture. It says it right here. That's AI. Like I can't tell it's fucking AI. I have eyes. Like obviously, what picture looked like this in 1800? Like who had cameras back in 1800 BC? Who the hell had? Who was there? None of us that's walking around was there in 1800 BC. So obviously it's AI or it's gonna be a portrait. Well, yeah, man, that's AI. Like, thank you, fucking Captain Obvious. Ooh. But yeah, apparently, yeah, Taraji P. Henson. Uncle looks like that. Miss Parker with some Saponi Indians. I was like, yeah, thank you, Captain Obvious. Like, thank you, Captain Obvious. Like, thank you for putting out the obvious. Yo, he asked the right question. Like, dude, why would they a Chris Color photo from 1800 BC of black ass? Like, why would there be that? What's up, Nikki? Like, why would there be a picture? It's obvious that's a guy. Like, it's freaking obvious. So, like, oh my goodness, people think they know it. Yo, people try too hard to look smart on Twitter. Like, oh, that's an AI picture. Duh, it's an AI picture. My goodness, the egos are an all-time high, dude. On this goddamn app, man. The egos are an all-time high. That's why I'll be around too many people, dude. Shout out to Ion. Oh yeah, she said this is not stop fucking spreading internet. There is no they're Afro Institute, but that's just mixed race showing to be everything but black. It's anti-black. It's F. Oh my gosh, dude. I had to respond. You're Afro Indigenous, and that's fine. She actually liked this tweet. That's the funny part. She actually liked the tweet. All of us aren't. I have proof that my family have been here, and I can tell you their names. I spelled there wrong. My Indian ancestors were classified as black, Negro, colored, and mulatto. I have proof for that too. And misclassified, whatever, dude. Yeah. Oh yeah, Nat Love. Oh yeah, Tasha She. Bill Pickett. The original Cowboys were Indians. Showing Bill Pickett, he was Cherokee. I think Nat Love. I know Love's a Chickasaw. I know Love there's Chickasaw. I think Nat Love maybe Chickasaw. Just guessing. Just seeing how with that. And Love also ties back to the Powhatan. I have a friend that's a descendant of Love's. She tied back to the Powhatans, Chickasaw, something like that. Taraji B. Henson's ancestors migrated from Maryland to the North Pole. Shout out to my cousin Davita. Hidden Figures actress Taraji P. Henson's ancestors was first to reach the North Pole. Actress and author Taraji P. Henson starred in historical drama movie Hidden Figures, portraying real-life African-American mathematician Katherine Johnson, whose work contributed to NASA, the space race, and the advancement of science. An interesting tie into Taraji's ancestry is that her great-great-granduncle, Matthew Alexander Henson, also made contributions. Oh my gosh. Fields of science and exploration. I watched the Bill Pickett Rodeo on MLK Day. It was lit. Nice. That was a tree. Matthew Henson was an American explorer who was part of the expedition which claimed to be the first to reach the North Pole, with Matthew being African American, being the first member of the party to reach the North Pole. Matthews. Generation. Village where lived for 3 generations. Wow. So yeah, Inuit. My bad. The correct word is Inuit. Inuit. They do not like the term Eskimo. If you did not know, they do not like the term Eskimo. Those people are Inuits. Eskimo is offensive. So yeah. And she said, "Are you speaking of?" Yeah, that makes the mixed race. Natives were enabled along, especially in Central. Like why are Caribbeans? He looked like he got Indian in him, right? Why are Indians not Indians? Why are Caribbeans? This woman, I can't even show that. Never mind. But yeah, I can't even show the picture. I can't even show the picture. I can't even show her profile. Because this whole live would get shut down if I showed that. So, yeah, no. I'm not even going to click on her profile. Nope. All right. Hopefully, hope and pray. Hope and pray that I could clear this out to show her profile. But no, I can't do that. Never mind. Looks just like Matoka. Yes, she does. So, yeah. All right, I already getting copyright notifications and stuff like that already. So now, not getting this blocked. So I played this video. I said this mulattoes didn't mean the same thing everywhere in states like Virginia. Literally meant two different ethnic tribes mixed together. My family's from these areas where this happened. If you're not from these places, then please save your breath. And they have a video from
1824, and then 19. My people were classified as mulatto. Okay. Now that was a term that not necessarily mean half white, half black, or half Indian, half white, or half Indian, half black. It was a term that the colonials created back in the early 1700s. And in reality, in many cases, it means purebred Native American. And that term mulatto, I mean, the first one was 1824, the first Racial Integrity Act, 1824, and then 1924 was the last one in Virginia that was brought about during the plecurism. So when you're doing genealogical searches, unless you can talk to your ancestors, your parents, your grandmothers, great-grandmothers, and I tell people when I do presentations, talk to your people and ask from whence came I, so I can know how far I still have to go.
The truth is, your ancestry is easier to
see. Speaking from a former Sharonaki chief. If you're Native, you're literally using the incorrect, outdated term. Stop calling yourselves Indian. That's disrespectful. Or white and Native. Disrespectful to who? Disrespectful for who? Shout out to Safa. Because if I wasn't able to find, this is some cold research. Man, shout out to Safa. Because he found this. Indian. Ojibwe. Indigo. What the serious squeezing ass. Indigo. Misko Migizi Indigo. The so-called French greeting bonjour actually originated with the Ojibwe Indians Abenaki. When the French traveled to the Americas, they were met by the Ojibwe and greeted with bonjour. Not a bonjour. Yeah, bonjour. Which the French term adopted the bonjour, pronounced bonjour, is Ojibwe god. Legends say that bonjour will return one day. Unknown, hence the Ojibwe would greet foreigners with Nana bonjour, are you bonjour, or simply bonjour. Another word that was taken from the Ojibwe is indigo. The pseudo historians claim that it comes from Greek, like every other word, but it actually comes from the Americas. The word means the spirit knows me as. So it is a way to introduce yourself. The Ojibwe also have words like Indian, Indizanika, and Dizanikas, and Dizanikas, and Dizanikas. What does that sound like? And Dizanikas sounds very similar to indigenous. Indian, Indinan, which can all be used to a way to identify. I'm sure this is probably where the modern word Indian comes from. Shout out to, yeah. And it's in here. This is a screenshot. This is a screenshot from the dictionary, so we're not capping. There we go. Sir, your ancestors, what's the name of the tribe, Sir Charlie? That's not Cherokee blood, it's Cartwrights. And like, all right. So I just named 5 tribes in my lineage. I read so much literally the Native Slaves trade when I learned the Apaches trade tribe were enslaved in South Carolina. Oh yeah, you said Appalachia. What's up? We got cigar Indian. All right, showed this. So yeah. All right, this is a funny meme. All life started in Africa. All life started in Africa, nigga. All life started in Africa, nigga. Okay, if he can be an Aboriginal American because all life started in Africa, can I still be Chinese? Hey, yo. Know your history. All right, show that. Real Americans doing that real work, that hard work. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Americans getting on it, man. I'm glad. Yeah, it's good to see people get on the construction openings. Good to see our people get on them construction openings. Since, some things are happening. Since some things are happening, it's good to see people hopping on it. What else? We are, Cherokee, another AI photos. Oh yeah, shout out to the Accomack. We got Chiefess, Lisa Cypress. We have always been here. Yes, the Accomack Indian Clovis points found Mastodon remains in the Chesapeake Region predate the rise of Mayan culture. Clovis culture dates approximately 13,000 to 1,250,000 years ago, 11,000 BC. Okay, Accomack, Powhatan, Clovis people were among the earliest known human populations in North America. Excuse me. With mastodons. Shout out to that Powhatan blood. Oh, look, it's Jules. Is she still here? Is she still on the live stream? Is Jules still on the live stream? Well, when did listen to oral tradition become self-hate? When did that happen? Some people said, Nick said, when we do it, say I'm doing the Lord work when it doesn't support the propaganda. All right, show this. Cherokees own black slaves. This is so tired. This is so tired, dude. Everyone being on Trail of Tears, there are Cherokees that stayed east. Yeah, I'm like, don't need to stay that. He said, this guy said, y'all dumb as fuck. Y'all dumb as fuck. I saw how many followers he had. I was like, let me go cook him real quick. I don't know. I didn't know you knew everyone's family. Where's your family from? Dude said I had straight hair. My hair came from Africa. My hair isn't even that kinky. Not to say, like, there's different hair types in Africa too. That shit's stupid. Like, there's different hair types in Africa. What are we talking about? There are different hair types in Africa. People have hair like mine in Africa, curly, super loose curly hair. Loose curly hair in Africa. There's people with real hard kinks in Africa. There's people with straight hair in Africa. There's people with tight, like, what? I mean, tight curls, like super tight curls in Africa, There's people with long hair in Africa. There's people with, like, what? There's all different types of hair in Africa. If people want to say Africa is the most genetically diverse place, like, there's different hair types. Like, what does that mean? There's different hair types in the Americas. Because, like I post, right? This is by a library posted this. A library for us posted this. Posted this news article. It's hard, you see our watermark right there. A library for us. The wonderful Indian hair grower and dressing makes kinky hair grow long and straight and soft and silky. Destroys dandruff and cleanses the scalp in highly perfumed. Emily Apply Wampa, the only genuine Indian hair grower, is used by thousands of colored people everywhere. Why are colored people using the Indian hair grower. Why would it, like, this isn't one case. There's many cases. Bear grease. They made bear grease to straighten their hair. Why are Indians straightening their hair if it's already straight? Why would Indians straighten their hair if it's already straight? Does that make sense to y'all? Why would they do that? Why would they use bear grease to straighten their hair if it's already straight? Seems like they have different types of hair in the Americas. Some people may have curly hair. There's people that had afros in America. The UT or the Ute tribe had afros. They had pictures of Aztecs with afros. Used Indian hair pomade in her hair as a child. See? Like, come on, dude. People with curly hair in America. I don't know, man. People do not want to think at all. They only want to think. It's not even about thinking out. They're not even thinking in the box. They're not thinking at all. They're not thinking in the box. They're not thinking out the box. Outside the, they're not even thinking inside the box. They're just not thinking at all. Like, come on, man. I already showed the invention of that. We already showed this video. She was talking at 100 miles per hour per second. I was pointing out reclassification, misclassification of American Indians, misinformation when state and tribal governments have admitted that this happened. Yeah, this loser. Like, this ain't, like, dude, this is not a flex. I'm going to use this twice. If you ever see this picture going around, like, I don't really give a shit, dude. Right? So this picture is from, like, what, 2021? It's a picture from it's 2025 now. It's 2025 now, dude. You're a loser. If you're, like, this ain't a flex. Tips, yeah, genealogy tips. Like, this is fucking known. There's other genealogists that will tell you this shit, dude. Genealogists will tell you that a lot of Indian people were unknown. They weren't recorded. So, I literally shown this on the goddamn a genealogy site. That there are unknown people, dude. And I opened up about a spiritual journey and awakening that started in 2016 when I had psychosis. I had psychosis at one point. You grow and you heal. People get depressed. People get anxious. You know? People have anxiety. People get overwhelmed. People are sad. People aren't in a positive state 24/7. People go through grief. You know? People go through things at young ages. People go through things at older ages. It's about healing and recognizing your growth. So if you want to kick someone expressing to their audience, people that support them, right? You want to use that as a gotcha moment, you're a fucking loser. You're a fucking loser. And not only is he a fucking loser, right? He hangs with other losers. That's cool with loser shit. Predatory shit. I've explained this so many times. I'm not even going to go down this rabbit hole. I'm not even going to go down this. So I said this. You're still going on screenshots from years ago. You sound like a bitter ex that can't let her go of being heartbroken. We'll go through your mind and think that saving a random person's pictures of random people on the internet is okay. But then I remind myself of who you're surrounding yourself with. You realize that you think that predatory behavior is okay. You're afraid of growth, which is why you hang on to things from years. Are you proud of the fact that you behave like a loser with no life on the internet? You're a loser. You're not a good person. You're a piece of shit. Heal from your own fucking trauma. How about that? Seek a therapist. Maybe you have something to probably be proud of in your fucking life. So yeah, there's that. So speaking of, since we're speaking of spirituality and things like that, got back, went to jujitsu. I got wisdom tooth extracted, so I wasn't at jujitsu for like a month, maybe. Sometime after. I don't even remember last time I was at jujitsu. So first time sparring. I got a story to tell y'all. So yeah, it's all this sweet. Since the summer, I tapped out this big judo guy. A judo guy. I was going up against a judo guy today. That's why I'm getting over the soreness now, right? But man, this guy was probably what, like 6'2", 6'2", had big, strong. So doing judo. So I had two classes. So I was doing jiu-jitsu for like 2 hours. We stayed after for did like a 5-minute round of rolling, sparring. The first tap out. Cause I'm playing the game like this is a judo guy. Like I'm not the biggest person in the world. So most of the people have like a size advantage over me. So I play this game. The best place to find records of India is South, as far as enslavement. Virginia, North Carolina those are all best records in my opinion. True. What do I want to say? What was I saying? Oh yeah, telling y'all the story. So I'm not about to play certain types of games, right? If I know you're gonna fucking flip me, you're a judo guy, you're bigger and you're stronger than me. I'm not about to let you just flip me. No. So guess what I did? I go straight to the goddamn ground. I go straight to the mat. He gets on. He tries to get like on mount and do this thing and overpower me. So we're like wrestling around for a bit. I take the back, so I have him flatten out. I have him flatten out on his stomach. I try to go. I try to go for a rear naked choke. So I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get to his jaw. I'm trying. There's two things I can do. The guy trying to get this choke in. There's two things I can do. I could try to grab his jaw and crank his neck, which I didn't do because that'd be an asshole move to do. Cranking somebody in the neck, because that shit, that's never happened to me before. But that shit hurts. But yeah, just cranking somebody, trying to get a choke in. That's him because he had his chin down, so it's hard to get my arm through. So I'm not gonna be able to get. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get this choke in. So I pressed down my bicep. So I put my arm under. So I basically choke him like that. I pressed my bicep forearm down on the back of his neck, and I get the choke from there. That's the first tap out. Second one, because this guy's big and strong. So we reset from the top. I just go straight to the ground. I just go straight to the mat. Because I was like, I'm not wasting time. I'm not about to get flipped. I'm not about to let you just throw me around. So I go to the mat. He gets mount for a little bit. Then I find a way to flip him. I find a way to flip him and get into my own mount. We were at the edge of the mat, so our instructor, our jiu-jitsu instructor is like, hey, you might want to move. So we reset in the mount. While I'm trying to get mount. I was trying to get mount. He like kicks me. He kicks me back a little bit. And he had an open leg. So I go for an ankle lock. And yeah, that's how I get my second tap. I got my second tap. Yeah, I was sore after that. But yeah, he was just overpowered. He was overpowering me. He overpowered out of my mount, out of my guard. He overpowered out of my guard a few times. I was like, nah. Can't let that happen again. So yeah. Pretty fun. And he's a judo guy, so use his strengths to my advantage. But yeah, we was talking about spirituality. But yeah, I feel like jiu-jitsu has helped me with my spirituality and mental health too, because exercising is good for having self-defense, getting your frustrations out, helps you elevate spiritually and stuff like that. I was gonna go deeper, but I kind of don't feel like it. So, and we're at an hour mark anyway, so I'm gonna just hop off here. I might pick it up tomorrow. I might pick it up the spirituality talk tomorrow. So, but yeah, if you're weaponizing people's trauma against you, I will say this. Since we're speaking on mental health and stuff like that and spirituality, if you're weaponizing people's mental health, if you're weaponizing people's vulnerability, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You have an evil spirit. And that's weird and loser behavior. I don't care. Just because you don't agree with someone, you think it's okay to weaponize people's vulnerability and people's growth and try to assassinate their character and things like that. You're a joke of a person. You're a joke of a person. And people need to do better. So I'm in it at that. Don't be a piece of shit. So till next time, y'all, peace.